Australian citizen and pro-democracy advocate Yang Hengjun handed the most severe of sentences by a Chinese court.
依法对澳大利亚籍被告人杨军间谍案一审公开宣判，认定杨军犯间谍罪，判处死刑，缓期2年执行。
The suspended sentence means Yang will most likely face life in jail and only be executed if he's found guilty of more crimes within 2 years. Before moving to Australia in 1999, where he became an academic, Yang was a diplomat in Beijing's foreign ministry. He only returned to China in 2019 to visit his ailing father. A frequent blogger of Chinese political dealings, Yang was arrested for spying as soon as he landed back in his country of birth. He has spent more than 4 years in a Beijing prison. Yang has always denied these accusations, and the Australian government say they are baseless.
The Australian government is appalled at this outcome. We will be communicating our response in the strongest terms.
It's shattering news for his family, who shared a statement saying this result comes at the extreme end of worst expectations. After China released Australian journalist Chen last year, the Yang family wrote to Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, hoping for a similar outcome, sharing Dr. Yang's own words. "I haven't enjoyed any direct sunlight for over 4 years. Don't worry about me. The Australian government are paying attention to my case. I just hope I'll be able to get out alive." The Australian government has vowed to make efforts for his release, already summoning and reprimanding the country's Chinese ambassador.
We have conveyed, firstly, to China our dismay, our despair, our frustration, but to put it really simply, our outrage at this verdict. This is a very harsh sentence on Dr. Yang, who is a man who's not in good health, and we will continue to make the strongest representations.
Human rights experts say the sentencing is unjust after a closed trial and countless delays.
Yang himself has alleged torture, forced confessions, particularly in the earlier period of interrogations. He had delayed access to legal representation, limited access to a lawyer. Australian diplomats were also prevented from entering the courtroom. So we actually have very little information about what it is that Yang is alleged to have done.
This outcome will again test the relationship between Australia and China, only just recovering from years of tension. Despite ties stabilising under the Albanese government in recent years, it hasn't seemed to grant them enough leverage to protect this Australian citizen's fate. Chen and Rosie Grenenger reporting from Sydney, Australia for TaiwanPlus.